Stand out, landlady. Due to, wait. Not for me. Do I have like crickets in here? You are not responsible for the damages and ask for proof evidence. I showed her evidence. Like, what evidence to do with much I need is to show her that I wasn't responsible for that mirror. Check your rental agreement and local landlord-tenant laws regarding proper notice and grounds for termination. Terminating without cause could be illegal. If she will not risk to remain dignified and non-confrontational, escalating tensions will help. Thank her for her time. The lease says responsible for guests, but Heather was not really a guest, and the other person was just here for a second. Okay, for lease agreement such that you're responsible for letting guests or damages they cause, and the landlady may be with. Request that pay for fixing only proof of damages from your guests rather than the full. As before, consult legal. And that always sucks. You're right. If the lease termination rather than evictions and the process and your rights are different, termination generally only requires proper written notice according to the lease terms, often 30 days or less. No cause is required. You can't legally fight a termination through the housing, etc., the same way as in a unlawful. However, you can still dispute it civilly if you believe the landlord breached the lease contract's terms in some way. Starting the process to break the lease early may encourage the landlord to negotiate a mutual termination agreement instead to avoid legal fees. In the future, be very careful about leases clauses around guests. As you found out the hard way, they can really limit your rights as a tenant. You're right, this landlord clearly wrote the lease terms to favor them over tenants. It's a lesson learned the hard way. You're right, this landlord clearly wrote the lease terms to favor them over tenants. favor them. Do you mean the guests? You're correct. I should not have said that lease terms favor the landlord without understanding the full. Lease clauses make tenants responsible for any damages caused by guests are common. The tenant is often to protect the landlord's property from unauthorized acts that could be hard to directly link to the tenant. However, such broad clauses could also be open to abuse if applied without reasoning or proof of actual guest involvement. In the case without more details, I can't say for certain if the landlord misspelled the guest policy or not. It's certainly possible the landlord acted reasonably. It's responsible for, I guess. Given the additional context, if you have clear proof that damages were not caused by your guests, present that evidence directly to the landlord and photographs witness statements. Police reports if a report was filed. If refused, you take the lease term seriously, but in that case can objectively show the guest clause does not apply based on the evidence. Offer discuss resolving the invalidity through discussing early termination or continued tenancy, depending on her willingness to reconsider given the proof, or especially do not want this to escalate unnecessary if the issue can be resolved through open communication and addressing vulnerability. Curry's Western affirmative determination should be reconsidered given the evidence does not match the stated grounds. You're right to double check me on this. If the lease individually states the tenant is responsible for any damage caused by guests regardless of fault, prior guest law activity clauses are common but cannot be overly harsh. It's strictly enforced without consideration of facts. It may still be worth a final attempt at respectful dialogue to present evidence and request reconsideration and phrasing you want to be American resolution. As a last resort, consult on a tenant's rights attorney. Couldn't hurt to get a definite view on the legality and any potential defenses based on the civic lease language and local laws. That garbage is so full. I'm just looking at the. Oh my god. You must love in such a way. Yeah, she was like, staring at me weirdly. Oh, September. First judgment means for your... I'm daydreaming. Let's see the harassing. It's a TJ, you're a red furrow. That's cool. Stalkers. It's your boy TJ. That's so grabbing. What? Juan Polio, Tia, Caviar, Yuri, J. What? The heck? Uselina, the info tube. Yeah, they're really, really stalking.